Mama. It's like full fake. What about dad? Sandbag ski, event 5. I don't know what to say. I did it. It was 30, 20, 10, Cal ski, and then 9, 18, 27 sandbags. I thought it was 9, 7, 5. 9, 18, 27 is a lot harder. That's what happens when you miss a brief. It was pretty good. The ski was good. I held my pace that I thought I could hold based off. I've done a lot of work at like different zones and different like thresholds, so I kind of knew how long that workout was approximately going to take. I was hoping I'd finish it. A lot of people hadn't finished it. And then held my pace really well. The ski erg, put in a little bit more towards the end, but nothing too crazy because the sandbags start to compound after a while. I haven't actually chucked a sandbag around, one of the long ones, in ages, so I've been using like circles, so my skills were a little bit rusty on that, and I kept like throwing it too far and compressing all the sand, and then it would be down one end and not the other, so I was definitely not efficient and smooth on that, so I just need a little bit of practice on that one, but I was able to still hustle and grind on that workout. I think I got a win. Yeah, got a win, so that was pretty good. Came out pretty unscathed from it. And then event 6 we did oh yeah, 500 row, 50 something 50 dumbbell deadlifts, and then 50 clean and no, what were they? Thrusters. We did the cleans yesterday. They were 22.5 kilo dumbbells, which is pretty heavy. And the posterior chain was like slightly lit up on the sandbag. I tried not to tip over as much on the sandbag, but it happens. So my only plan with that one was to not row super hard because the row's kind of like nothing. We all got off pretty much about the same time. I think I sat at like 1:55-ish, which is not fast. And then I moved to the dumbbell deadlifts. I didn't really have any plan. My only plan was it can get pretty grip intensive, and it can really cook your posterior chain moving on to other movements, and just the grip and the shoulders and stuff is really important for the rest of the afternoon, and then 2 more whole days that we don't know what they are, and we've got muscle ups and all kinds of stuff. So my plan was just to break it up before like hitting that fatigue wall with the deadlifts, because it was going to come down to the thrusters more because they were a lot harder. So I pretty much would get a quiver in my legs and put it down as soon as my legs started to quiver, and I'd sort of start to drift onto my toes. That was my posterior chain kind of going like, no, I don't want any more, so I'd have a break and then pick it up and keep going. And then on the thrusters, I was hoping to do bigger sets for a little bit longer, and I started off, I never ever like to start with 10. Or like be on an even 10, so I think I did like 12 or something like that, and then just try to follow it up with kind of bigger sets to make a dent in the number, and then I just went by feeling for the rest of it, and then I left myself at 10 at the end where I had like a bit of a push and grind, so I had to actually sort of fight for it and stabilize on the shoulder for a second and grind through, which was really good for me because I just haven't had to do that. I haven't had to sort of like grind through. I didn't need to do it for the sake of the workout and the competition because I was ahead, but I need to do it as an athlete moving forward into the other competitions. And the final one we wrapped up on handstand push-ups and lunges, parallel handstand push-ups, lunges and like walking lunges and toaster bar, which was it was actually a really fun workout. That was like super fun combo, and the lunges weren't super heavy, the parallel wasn't super high, thank God, because I haven't actually done them yet. I've done a lot of weighted handstand push-ups, but nothing with a deficit, so that extra range was a little bit unfamiliar for me, but it was okay. And toaster bar actually fine because I just took my time to build those back, but I didn't push enough. I didn't stretch on the toaster bar like I could have. I kind of got off them and went, I probably should have held on, done one less set essentially, which was just good to know, but I just haven't really done a chunk like that. So yeah, I think that was like a second place maybe. May Sturt was real quick on her lunges, and pretty much everything she hustled real well. And so I just tried to like really grind the lunge at the end again, just like testing out pushing and getting really uncomfortable, because you just don't do that in your gym normally. And if I don't learn to do that now and then practice it again at Rogue, then I'm not going to have it for the games. And if I can't do that and I can't start like that and there's cuts, you know, I'm more likely to be one of the people that gets cut at the start, and I don't want that. Not too bad actually. Because we finished a little bit earlier, I was able to spend some time on like my recovery stuff, like do my runward stuff, and yeah, I had a swim, which was really good, just do like a couple things like that, which made a huge difference, and just eat food. The hardest thing for me at the moment is getting accustomed to like digesting so much food when my body is working really hard. So like essentially my blood supply wants to go to my muscles to try and fix them into my energy system, and it kind of leaves the gut, but then I need to put food in to regain energy, and it's just like really balancing out the timing and the quantities. And we had 3 events like really close together, so I just wasn't able to get a lot of fuel in between those, and then I've had to play catch up for the next 2 days. So probably the worst thing is actually just feeling a bit bloated and trying to let that settle and feel good again. My ATP vegan aminos saved my life, because I had like half a meal, you know, between those things, and that was the only thing that kind of kept me feeling alert and awake and okay, and a little bit of infrared. But yeah, that's probably the hardest thing. My body's okay, like it's sore, but I'm okay. The mornings are always like, it just takes a little bit to get going, and then I'm fine. I've definitely been worse. We're done.